Hi, I'm Peter, bass player for Songs of the Exile, and you're watching Live Prog.
Welcome to Live Prog, welcome to a new video review. My name is Marcel Hastar. As a reviewer, I get sent a lot of albums to review. And I have to be selective because, well, I can't review everything, and sometimes I don't like an album that much to really be able to bring it in a, well, positive way. Sometimes amongst those albums there is something that grabs your attention and that you say, hey, this is interesting to present to my viewers. And I have such an album that I picked out because I thought this is really something different and something I also like myself. Well, here it is, Bruno Pitch, Crystal Garden. The main reason why I picked this album, you can see right here. It is the instrument that this gentleman is holding in his hand. And that is called a Chapman stick. I kind of got acquainted with the stick a number of years ago, when I met the music of Don Schiff. I had the pleasure of meeting him in person a couple of times, and Don Schiff also plays the stick. He plays the Chapman stick and the NS stick. And, well, Mr. Bruno Pitch here plays the Chapman stick. So I kind of know what kind of instrument it is and what kind of a sound it gives. So that's why I was very interested in listening to this album. And I gotta say, this is a really great album. I really enjoyed listening to it, especially because it's progressive and yet it's funky. And that is probably because of the magic of the stick, because the stick is a sort of bass guitar and keyboard in one. Well, it's a really interesting instrument, and especially also the way you play it. And, well, that gives this album, you can see it again, that gives this album the funky, groovy undertone. And that's really interesting to listen to. It's an instrumental album, and although it is called Bruno Pitch, it is his album, well, it's a three-man band, actually. You have, of course, say it again, Mr. Bruno Pitch playing the Chapman stick, Guillaume Gouret playing drums and percussion, and Coumarin Breme tablas and voices. Those three bring the music on this album, and it's instrumental, but it has such a natural flow. You don't miss the vocals, you get swept away on the whole funky feeling that the music has, and yet it still has also that progressive touch to it. So I gotta say, songwriting wise, very well done and very interesting to listen to. Now, I don't have much to go on, I must say. As you can see, to get out, well, you just have a photo of the two gentlemen, the main characters in this album. Well, of course, there's no vocals, so no lyrics. Well, when I listen to it, I must say, the album lasts 45 minutes. I enjoy 35 of them. There's one track I don't really care for. The last track, Liquid Garden, clocks 10 minutes. It's more of a bit of experimenting, you know. There's a lot of percussion in it, a lot of drums in it, but they do make also all kinds of weird noises with probably the Chapman stick. I don't really care much for that, but the other 7 tracks are absolutely really fantastic to listen to. One of my favorites is Karachi. Well, of course, it rings a bell with the city Karachi. It has that oriental ring to it, which makes it very nice. Well, apart from that, you know, there's not much to say. I checked the website from Mr. Bruno Pitch, who started out as a guitar player at the late 80s. Somewhere in 2004 he discovered, well, the Chapman stick. He got really interested in it, started taking lessons, and I gotta say, I can only admire the switch he took, because I think the Chapman stick is a much more interesting instrument to play on than the guitar. Wrong, I love the guitar and I hope there will be many great guitar players, but the Chapman stick is something different, you know. Now, I mentioned Don Schiff. I didn't mention Tony Levin because, well, I don't know Tony Levin personally. I know Don Schiff personally and he's a fantastic player. Tony Levin, of course, is also a great stick player, and I think we can add Bruno Pitch to that list as well, because from what I hear on this album, he really knows how to play that instrument. He controls it well, he can write good songs on it, and he can play good songs on it. So, well, you know, if you want to change, if you want to hear something different, I certainly recommend that at least you listen to the songs, you know? At least listen to it and make up your mind from there. Bruno Pitch, Crystal Garden.